A lot of buyers right now are waiting for the perfect time to buy a home, perfect interest rate, perfect prices, perfect market conditions. But the reality is, the smartest buyers are focusing less on perfect timing and more on preparation, because Detroit is not a one-size-fits-all market. And if you're thinking about buying here right now, there are a few things you really need to understand before making a move. Hey family, it's your girl Monife, and your Detroit real estate advisor, loan originator, and neighborhood storyteller. And today, we're talking about something a lot of buyers are asking right now. Is this actually a good time to buy in Detroit? And more importantly, how do I make a smart decision in today's market? Because between interest rates, financing, national headlines, competition, and neighborhood differences, a lot of people feel uncertain right now. So today, I want to walk you through 5 things every buyer should truly understand before purchasing a home in Detroit or Metro Detroit in this current market. Not surface level advice, real strategy, especially if you're thinking about buying in the city, buying a historic home, or using financing programs like FHA or VA loans. Let's get into it. First, you need to understand that Detroit is not one market. And this is one of the biggest mistakes buyers make. A lot of national real estate conversations make it sound like every city behaves the same way. But Detroit moves differently. And even within Detroit itself, every neighborhood moves differently. Buying in Bagley feels different from buying in Corktown. Buying in East English Village feels different from buying in West Village or University District. Different price points, different housing stock, different tax structures, different levels of competition. And that matters because smart buyers are not just shopping for a house, they're shopping for a lifestyle, a community, and a neighborhood that fits their long-term goals. Some buyers prioritize walkability and proximity to downtown. Others want historic homes, larger lots, or stronger neighborhood associations. Detroit offers all of these lifestyles, just in different ways depending on where you buy. But buyers who understand neighborhood dynamics usually make much stronger long-term decisions. Detroit is not one market. Every neighborhood moves differently. The second thing buyers need to understand is this. Your mortgage payment is only one part of the ownership picture. A lot of buyers focus on the purchase price, but smart buyers focus on monthly sustainability, especially in Detroit. And this is something I can help clients navigate, not just as a real estate advisor, but also as a loan originator. Because qualifying for a home and comfortably affording a home are not always the same thing. When we're evaluating affordability, we're looking at principal and interest, taxes, home ownership insurance, utilities, maintenance, and future repair planning, especially if you're buying an older housing stock. And Detroit has some of the most beautiful historic homes in the country, but older homes require preparation, things like plumbing, electrical systems, roofs, foundation, sewer lines, and waterproofing. Those are all normal homeownership conversations in historic housing market like Detroit. Not scary conversations, just important ones, because historic homes can absolutely be incredible investments and beautiful places to live, as long as buyers are prepared properly. Now let's talk financing, because this is where a lot of buyers feel overwhelmed, especially first-time buyers. One thing I want buyers to understand is this. FHA and VA loans are excellent loan products. They help create access to home ownership for many people, especially first-time buyers and veterans. So it's not about avoiding these loan types, not at all. It's about understanding how to use them strategically. Because certain loan programs have property condition standards that are attached to them, meaning the home itself has to meet certain safety and livability guidelines. So with FHA and VA financing, appraisers may pay closer attention to things like peeling paint, exposed wiring, roof conditions, broken windows, missing handrails, or major deferred maintenance. And in Detroit, where many homes are older, that matters, especially with historic homes or properties that may have been renovated pretty quickly. Now, here's the important part. That does not mean that FHA or VA loans are bad. They are fantastic products. You just need to understand which home fits those financing types best, how to structure negotiation properly, and how to prepare before inspections and appraisals happen. That is strategy. And honestly, that is where having both lending knowledge and real estate knowledge becomes incredibly valuable. Because we're not just asking, do you like the house? We're also asking, will this home realistically work with your financing structure and long-term goals? Qualifying for a home and comfortably affording a home are two very different things. And FHA and VA loans are excellent products as long as you understand how to use them strategically. Now, let's talk about the thing that everybody is watching for right now, interest rates. A lot of buyers are waiting for rates to drop dramatically before making a move. And listen, I understand that thinking. Rates absolutely affect affordability, but rates are only one part of the equation. Because when rates drop significantly, more buyers usually enter the market. And when more buyers enter the market, competition increases, multiple offers increase, and negotiation leverage shrinks. So waiting does not automatically guarantee a better outcome. This is why I encourage buyers to think strategically instead of emotionally. The smarter question is not, can I perfectly time the market? The smarter question is, am I financially and personally prepared to buy responsibly? That is a completely different conversation. And remember, you may be able to refinance a rate later, but you cannot always go back and buy the house or the neighborhood you missed. A lower interest rate doesn't always mean an overall lower cost if the price rises while you wait. And finally, buying a home should be a strategic life decision, not a panic decision. I think one of the biggest challenges buyers face right now is information overload. Every day, there's another headline, another prediction, another market crash conversation, another interest rate debate. And honestly, that noise can create fear and paralysis. But real estate decisions should be grounded in lifestyle, stability, financial readiness, neighborhood fit, and long-term goals, not internet panic, because ownership is bigger than trends. Ownership builds stability. Ownership builds legacy. And in a city like Detroit, where neighborhoods are constantly evolving, buying strategically can create real long-term opportunity over time, especially for buyers who approach this process with patience and preparation. Detroit rewards preparation. The smartest real estate decisions are informed ones, not emotional ones. Detroit continues to be one of the most unique housing markets in the country, and it's layered, historic, community-driven, and still full of opportunity for buyers who approach the market strategically. But buying here requires more than scrolling listings online. It requires understanding neighborhoods, financing, housing stock, inspections, and your long-term goals clearly. Because the goal isn't just buying a house. The goal is to buy wisely and confidently. If you're thinking about buying in Detroit or Metro Detroit and want guidance on neighborhoods, financing, historic homes, FHA or VA loan strategy, or preparing for home ownership overall, I love to help guide you through that process, because preparation creates confidence, and buyers deserve clear information before making one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. And if this video helped you, share it with someone else who's thinking about buying right now. I'm Monife with the MK Realty Group, and this is In Detroit with MK. See you in the next one.